you guys, welcome back to Meaningful Motivations with Tracey Erickson. And of course, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tracey Erickson, and in this video, I'm going to do a compilation of all of the dead celebrity tarot readings I've done so far that are kind of pointing to some very shady business going on in Hollywood and the music industry. You're not going to want to miss this one, so stay tuned. In general, people, the masses, the public, do not know how intuitive they really are. And in many cases, we see some specific celebrity deaths as very suspicious. And deep down, it's like we know that what we're told regarding these deaths could actually be a lie. So I just wanted to bring together a compilation of some of these dead celebrity tarot readings that I've been doing to try to get to the bottom of truth. So I'm going to start by showing you guys the outcome of the Marilyn Monroe tarot reading. And it was basically revealing that Marilyn Monroe's death was some type of large-scale cover-up of some kind of information that she may have possessed. And it could have likely been due to her relationship with the President John F. Kennedy, as well as his brother Robert Kennedy. So let's take a look at kind of the outcome of Marilyn Monroe's reading now. And of course, a little disclaimer, anything that I say in my tarot readings are my own opinion and interpretation of the cards that come out. And of course, I'm going to be putting links to the full tarot readings in the description box down below if you want to go back and watch the entire video. So drugs/poison with the cleanup card is telling me that the drugs that were allegedly in her system was all part of the cleanup of her murder. So what I'm trying to say is that, like, it was kind of like framing it to make it look like it was her accidentally doing this to herself. We also got the aliens card, so I feel like someone was trying to fill her head with something. She was trying to get into someone's head, or someone was trying to get into her head about something, too. Anything else from this deck before we go? Yeah. So there's definitely something going on with the mind, like telepathic, like trying to fill your head with something, you know? This one says access granted, social media, fake profile hiding. But I think this is just proving, like we were saying earlier, how someone was kind of acting fake, like who she thought what she was close with was actually someone very cold. All right. Yeah. We have the love, unconditional love card next to the Verge card. It says about to reveal or confess. I think someone was afraid of her love affair making her eventually reveal something, confess to something that definitely isn't supposed to be coming out. And there are certain trigger words that they didn't want anyone to know about either. Certain people, places, things, whatever, triggers that are like, they don't even want to talk about it in the story that's put out into the world. I think this reading has pretty much revealed the story. It definitely had to do with the evil people in her life, trying to fill her head the people who had been taking advantage of her in certain situations. People definitely had their eyes on her, were watching her, making her seem like crazy, seem like creating chaos. All right, let's see if maybe I can pull at least one card from the Murder Mystery Oracle to see what it might reveal. Forensic science field will provide important clues. I think there already has been at least a little bit of that, because I think that what was found in Marilyn Monroe's system didn't really quite match what the people said, what they were trying to say that she did, you know? So let me shuffle a few more times and get another one. A closer observation of the victim's living space may provide clues. So maybe there's clues in something, in some of the evidence that was collected from the scene. Her living space was the actual place where this took place. And it's really unfortunate that I feel like the investigation just immediately kind of wrote it off. Again, because of the, you know, the story that they were creating around, surrounding her and surrounding the situation of her death. I want to pull one more of the Murder Mystery Oracle cards before we go regarding Marilyn Monroe's death. Important details are not being revealed to the public at this time. Yeah, I think we all knew that. There are some very important details that have been hidden from the public for literally decades. So what really happened to Marilyn Monroe because of this may remain a mystery for years to come, but you never really know. You never know if someone might want to come out with at least their part of the truth and what really happened to Marilyn Monroe. In Marilyn's tarot reading, we got two different cards that show the alien. And the alien card in my readings usually represents like that sense of having been under some type of mind control. Now, I do believe that Marilyn Monroe herself was under the influence of some type of mind control. And that mind control was likely similar to like an MK Ultra type of mind control, where people feel as though she can be easily taken advantage of. She struggled with people taking advantage of her whole entire life. And in many cases, it had to do with her sexual energy as well. Now, couple that with like the mass mind control going on, especially at that time in the world when things were a little volatile. And obviously, even our president was assassinated shortly after Marilyn Monroe. So it's my belief that there was definitely a heavy hand in mind control in Marilyn Monroe's death, both personal mind control for Marilyn as well as mass mind control for the population, for the public. Now, a lot of you may already know about Operation Mockingbird, which is where it's like the CIA took government control of the media. But it was a hidden agenda where people were placed in positions of power throughout the media empires. And that led to only the narratives that they want you to push out will actually make it out into the public. So it's kind of like a dual mind control going on, at least with Marilyn's death here. So next, I want to talk a little bit about Joan Rivers' tarot reading, because Joan Rivers actually spoke out about the president's wife at the time.
And do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman president?
We already have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know Michelle is a trans...
I'm sorry, she's a what?
A transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. It's okay.
Then, only months later, she was killed in a routine throat surgery. And the doctors actually did the totally wrong surgery on her, which led to her death. All right, so it's interesting we got that strangulation card because the cause of death was a lack of oxygen. The bioweapon, drama, homicide, regret. Okay? Due to a lot of greed, but also fear of revenge. All right? Now we also have the weird science card that came out, which I'm definitely connecting with the weird stuff that took place, because the surgery that ended up killing Joan Rivers was actually the wrong surgery entirely. So they were performing a surgery on her that she never even consented to. All right, so I feel like someone involved definitely needed some money for something. They're trying to impress people. Maybe they're trying to keep their home. But I feel like it definitely had something to do with money. You know, we have the debt card. We have greed. All right. We also got that secret society and tunnel. You know, this is also feeding into that fear of revenge, right? They have a tunnel vision. This is what they want, and they're going to accomplish it. Okay? And it's like, where else do you go? There's only like so many ways you can go when you're within a tunnel, right? You can't really get out. So yeah, unfortunately, I do think that there was definitely suspicious activity involved regarding money and the malpractice that took place that led to Joan Rivers' death. And she's confirmed it with the cards tonight. So thank you so much, Joan. I found it very interesting that Joan's death had to do with her throat chakra because she spoke out in such a way that someone who wouldn't want anything bad to come out into the public. Basically, she snuck it in there, you know, while she was being recorded. So it kind of makes sense that they would attack her in the throat in order to cause her death, because in their eyes, Joan was misusing her voice expression. So therefore, to get revenge for what was said, she died through being strangled by the throat. Now, a lot of what Joan revealed during her tarot reading had to do with the fact that somehow a doctor was the one responsible for her death. And I think Joan spent a lot of her time during her tarot reading revealing to us how that could possibly happen when you're supposed to trust the doctors who are in your care. And what she was explaining is that there was a particular character involved who was likely in a lot of debt, but also at the same time very greedy and wanted to put out this appearance of very much wealth. So basically, what I think Joan was trying to say through her tarot reading regarding this money, debt, greed, and all of that is simply the fact that they, the ones in power, secretly, can actually manipulate others to do their bidding because they pick the right people with the right problems who are just weak enough to fulfill what it is they need done at the time. So that's what Joan was really trying to reveal, was the circumstance that led to an actual doctor killing her. So the first two examples of dead celebrities who were killed under mysterious circumstances had to do with what information they possibly had to give to the public regarding presidents or current people in power at the time of their death. Now, the rest of these readings we're going to go over by these dead celebrities are going to be exposing the shady business going on in Hollywood and the music industry, basically proving that to them in power, life doesn't mean much. You are definitely disposable to them if you get in their way of maintaining their source of power, which unfortunately in many instances, their source of power actually comes from small humans, if you know what I mean, young humans. But other than that, if you somehow are a threat to their secrecy and their lies, then you will be expelled. If you remember the beautiful entertainer by the name of Aaliyah, then you might also know that when she was only a teenager, she had a very close relationship with R. Kelly. And this was many, many years ago, before other people started coming out about R. Kelly and how he was always involved with minor girls, and getting them into relationships with him. But that's all alleged, of course. So let's go and see what Aaliyah's tarot reading had to say. But yeah, I'm feeling like this is pretty much it for what Aaliyah has to say, but let's get a feel here. Weird science. Oh my God. Oh my God. What was that? We did get these two cards. Weird science and couple. Okay. Now, a bunch also flipped over, but there were too many, so I'm just gonna let those go. So we'll give them one more shuffle. Couple and weird science. I'm telling you. Communication. When I see that communication card as well, again, I'm feeling like the communication really is about that manipulation. Yeah, sad. I feel like things were going good until they weren't, you know? Things were going good until they weren't no more. Yeah. All right, so last message. Propaganda, fake news, and deep state. Now, when I see the deep state card, it doesn't necessarily just have to do with like politics. I feel like when I see the deep state card, I sense that more like any time a group of people come together to basically try to manipulate the public, right? In some way or another. So the music industry could be a form of a deep state for market manipulation. You know, the government could be a form of a deep state. The news broadcast could be a form of deep state. So deep state is like when a group of people get together, try to manipulate the information that's put out there. So I find it funny that we just got communication, and then boom, we get deep state with the propaganda fake news. Basically, this reading is exactly like saying kind of what I felt, which was that there was more to the story of Aaliyah's death than we, the public, were ever told. And it's something that we weren't meant to know. You know, we were never meant to know something from this, from their propaganda. You know, it's like a form of staying away from the legal proceedings that could certainly follow. So, all right, Aaliyah. So, yeah, I do feel like we can just circle all the way back to the first three. There were definitely lies, deception, and a potential cover-up. Definitely multiple people involved in this crime. And I think that if people, like, actually took a look, the crime could have been solved by other, scientific means. Absolutely. So, that's about it from Aaliyah today, you guys. I feel like what she's trying to let us know is that there's definitely propaganda, fake news surrounding the cause of her death, surrounding the whole accident in the airplane itself. Not saying that the airplane crash didn't happen. I'm just saying that it may not have been an accident, allegedly. It's only what the cards are trying to say, what Aaliyah is trying to say through the cards. It is my belief in the case of Aaliyah, due to her love for R. Kelly, they got rid of her before she could wise up and actually expose their relationship for what it really was. So now let's move on to the Heather O'Rourke tarot reading. Heather O'Rourke was a very young actress. She starred in the Poltergeist series of movies. And it is my belief that Heather O'Rourke could have been killed during some type of abuse ritual that was taking place. So let's take a look at how her tarot reading played out. Okay, so leading up to the event of her death, Heather was definitely blooming and blossoming in her career. She was going to have a lot of success and fame. It was coming in quickly. So was the information of obviously something being wrong with her. But she also had the sense of not having anything that actually belongs to her. So we also got a confirmation with the World card being reversed. And Hangman reversed, followed by the King of Pentacles. So what I see is that she had no time to be herself, to even know herself, to express herself. She had no time at all to just hang out. It was all about putting more pentacles in the king's purse. All right? And then we asked about the career with the Halloween Oracle. And we got the Skeletons card. And then we got the Midnight, the most magical hour of all, with the Skull of Darkness, which is blind spots. So again, I feel like the structure of her career, the hidden underneath part, similar to a skeleton, first of all, is more destructive than we know because it's missing teeth. Also, missing teeth is missing tools for wisdom. So it's almost like it's set up in such a way that it's hard to gain wisdom or knowledge about this structure. Anyway, magical, and that's the blind spot, okay? So it's hidden. Then we have the veil, which is the future. She's not able to look into her own future. Her future is being decided for her. Therefore, her own eyes are being covered. She's being covered by this veil of mind control. Right after talking about the career, we got this card and these cards. So definitely something going on when it comes to harming, young people possibly. Through that, we also got that, there's a lot of sadness. And I see the rainbow going through her eye, and it's like, have you guys ever seen The Sound of Freedom? I just heard, God's children are not for sale. I mean, someone through work, there could be some regret about this happening. The regret could be caused because of anger taking place at the time of something happening that is beneath the surface. So no one knows about it, and it's not good. The only justice is really going to be this, basically, I think. There could be some kind of legal proceedings, though, taking place. Okay, well, we also got this Republican card indicating politicians. Secret trip, bioweapon. Maybe like the secret trip was what caused the harm, right? I'm so sorry, Heather O'Rourke, for anything that took place during your short life. It's no secret that there are certain people out there who have been trying for years to reveal the secrets of Hollywood and what's been taking place with children in Hollywood. Now, strangely, they do believe that children is what will give them their power, okay? So there is a lot of weird stuff surrounding children when it comes to Hollywood and the music industry. And two people who were on the verge of revealing more information about this, those two people were Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington in music. And so I did do a tarot reading for both Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington. So let's take a look at both of those now. I think he's protecting his family as much as he can spiritually from any of that negative energy, All right. Is there anything else we need to know? Okay, so the first one that fell out was revenge. And then for the clarity, these cards fell out together. Faked death. Secret. And Operation Mockingbird, government-controlled media. So with these coming after the revenge card and as clarifiers for the revenge card, I feel like his death was set up to look the way it was, just as a way to control the narrative and to put out the narrative that they want. And let's not forget that at the very beginning, when I was cleansing the decks, the law enforcement card came out as a reverse card. So there's definitely a control taking place when it comes to, then we get New World Order. So there's some kind of control taking place when it comes to the information that we're receiving regarding his death. Because remember, we also got false flag, communication with social media, and lies. Definitely a lot of control on the information that's being put out. Well, it's all because of this, They don't want to lose their power supply. They being whoever's involved, right? So, yeah. I definitely feel that greed, a lot of greed and a lot of secrets and a lot of lies have come together to create the event of Chris Cornell's death. So it was greed, it was power, hopefully we will see some kind of balancing out here at some point in time. Because the possible balance that we'll find what I'm hearing is like it's enough to make him feel at peace for leaving this place so soon. But it's like if we can get some justice, some balancing out of what's taking place, if we can get a little justice about this, then that's what matters, you know? So, I believe that there was no feelings of being naive here. Chester knew what he was getting himself into. He knew he was possibly walking off a cliff. It looks like someone would have tried to stop him from communicating, especially in quick fashion, such as social media or internet. Based on this card being reversed, someone was trying to stop him from communicating something. Now, this thing he's trying to communicate is something that makes him emotional, something that's remained hidden. Remember the moon shining down in the glass? All right, something held close to the chest. Also, we got these two swords. This is somewhat new information. This is not new information. What he was trying to express was still in the beginning stages, with this being a page rather than a knight, a queen, or a king. It's like the beginning stages. But it's like, even in the beginning stages, he's already about to hurt himself with that knife dangling, right? That knife being what it is that he wants to share with the world. All right. So we also got, I have to kind of unbury everything here that we got. Okay, so we got Democrat, we got timeline issue, trapped, and JE. Okay? We also got male, regret. There's a male that has regret. Remember? Natural causes. And homicide. We got homicide when I asked if it was homicide. Someone knew he was on the verge of exposing something, even while on vacation. There was some negotiation, some begging, bargaining, and he couldn't resist. He was magnetically pulled home for some reason. We also got serial killer. I'm trying to find what else we got that with. Gosh. I kind of made a mess on the table. But we did get the serial killer. I think I got the homicide card actually right after serial killer, if I remember correctly. So whoever could have allegedly done this to Chester, if he didn't do it to himself, is a person who has done this to people before. All right? Now, this was going to be a successful sharing of abuse and neglect, and it was going to be collapsing the power supply of those liars who are trying to keep it hidden. All right? And it could have also had to do with drugs of some kind or a poison of some kind. Not necessarily his death, but maybe what he's trying to expose. All right? We got propaganda, fake news, along with the home card. Meaning whatever happened to him at his home could have definitely been fake news propaganda. That's just what we've been told, right? It's just what we've been told by government, law enforcement, those evil snakes. We got the spouse partner card next to aliens. There could have been some kind of mind control, whether it was from a business partner or his own wife. We got kidnapped, perversion, female, and accident. Again, if you know anything about a female and accident, put it in the comment section below because I'm not real sure. Whatever, something happens while people are still alive, probably just the kidnapping and perversion, they keep them alive rather than doing anything else with them. We got the justice card fell out reversed. There was also an accomplice involved in this cleanup. And something is on surveillance. All right? Someone didn't want eyes on them. We got yes with the cover-up and communication. Yes. It's a cover-up for some kind of communication. And remember, we got the road card and we got social media and AI. So it's almost like he was already either had a goal to put it out on social media or he's already on his way to do it. And that's what we have. And then, of course, he told us when we were done with this reading. So, thank you so much, Chester. Strangely enough, both of their tarot readings were revealing that they had some kind of information that they were about to reveal, confess, or share with the public in some way or another. But unfortunately, their lives were taken from them. Literally, they did not take their own lives. Their lives were taken from them before these secrets could actually be revealed. Because if those two actually revealed the secrets that they were going to reveal, it would have reached a widespread, worldwide audience. And they don't want that. I also did a tarot reading on Isaac Kappy, who was at one time an actor as well. Now, Isaac Kappy, in the end part of his life, was actually having a struggle between good and evil. And in the end, it seems like he made the choice to side with good and to reveal the evil. He even spoke out during one of his videos, stating that he is not suicidal.
Isaac Kappy was an actor in Hollywood, and he decided he was going to expose all of the sick things in Hollywood. And if you haven't seen my video about Tom Hanks, watch that to get caught up, but I'm going to show you what he said about Seth Green. Unfortunately, Isaac Kappy passed away after forcing himself off a bridge, but he said this.
I'm not suicidal. I'm not suicidal.
Now let's see what he had to say about Seth Green.
At the end of the night, it was me, Seth, and his brother-in-law, and Seth turned to me and opened up this secret bookshelf, and he's like, "This is where we keep the children." And I was like, I tried to just put it out of my mind, but then about a month later, Seth, Claire, and I were having a dinner at their house, and Seth said, "We need to have a talk about chicken." And I was like, oh God.
So as you can see in that clip with Isaac Kappy's own voice, he was beginning to really reveal some of the strange stuff going on and even some of the code words that these people might use to, hide what they're doing from people who are none the wiser. So let's take a look at how Isaac's tarot reading played out. So, as it states through the cards, he was definitely having a struggle with this devilish temptation, this network of people that were offering him a crossroad, a choice between basically joining them or death. It was like blackmail. So the network of people created a distraction, a cover-up through his death, and it added to their power supply being a possible ritual. Now, the way that they were able to make things happen was by traveling, going to different locations. Okay? This is for the organized crime, the network of people. We also got the runaway with fake news propaganda. So I feel like the story that, like, he was running away from something, or, like, his addictions or whatever it was, the story, like, that is fake news propaganda. Because this was a crime of passion involving the communication. What he was saying and recording himself saying on social media, on YouTube, for instance. So what was once under the surface is now coming to the surface because of him. All right? All right, so when he was alive, we got the fired alive. So, basically he was kicked out of his lifestyle, kicked out of his job, his career, kicked out of the corrupt, fake relationship that was set up just to get him sucked into this struggle with the devil. But he was kicked out of his whole life, basically, because he said no. Because he said, no, So that's really what I feel is the truth. Also, we got, I almost forgot about these cards. In the past, he definitely felt like a mental lockdown. He felt locked in, like frustrated. He couldn't get out of something. And it was due to the emotional aspect. So I definitely think there was some kind of female involved that led the way here due to a love affair built on corruption. So built on lies, because we also got the lies card. So she was, you know, the female was leading the way with lies in a particular relationship, messing with his emotions and causing him to see it as difficult to get out of it, to get out of that relationship. All right. Well, Isaac, Kappy, thank you so much for telling your story. Once again, with Isaac Kappy, it is my belief that his life was taken from him before he could reveal too much to his ever-growing audience on social media. There are so many of these strange Hollywood deaths that take place. So don't get me wrong. I do not believe that every single person or celebrity who died because of a conspiracy, okay? But there are some particular celebrities who were killed due to certain conspiracies and the desire to keep the hidden things hidden. Okay, so if you take a look at the circumstances surrounding someone's death, you can usually know with that deep inner knowing called intuition and discernment. You can usually tell if what we're being told is the whole truth or if it's some type of cover-up for something more sinister taking place. Now, there are many other celebrity deaths that have already happened that to me look to be ritualistic. So I'm not done doing dead celebrity tarot readings at all. I'm still going to be looking into some celebrities who I feel have died by nefarious purposes to hide the hidden agenda. Leave me a comment in the comment section down below, letting me know your thoughts about these strange celebrity deaths, as well as what they revealed through the channeled dead celebrity readings that have been done. I would love to hear your thoughts and what you truly think is taking place here. Well, that about wraps it up for this video. So if you like this video, be sure to click that like button and share this video with all your friends out there. And of course, if you're a viewer but not yet a subscriber, I would love for you to click subscribe down below. And once you have subscribed, you can turn on that notifications bell if you would like to be notified each and every time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching and spending your time with me. I love you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.